Hello and a very warm welcome to yet another interesting edition of the program, CSE Weekly, a weekly program that keeps you abreast on the activities and achievements of the Corporate Affairs Commission. My name is Rashid Mahe. Coming up, we take a look at the implications of FATF's removal of Nigeria from its grey list and the role Beneficial Ownership Register played in the journey. CSE shines as 44th edition of Public Service Games FAFSGA 2025 kicks off in Adamawa. We will be right back.
Starting a business can be exciting, but it often comes with a mountain of paperwork and significant bureaucracy. But wait, there is an easier and better way. Introducing the new and highly improved CAC's Company Registration Portal, your AI-powered solution to effortlessly register your company and get started on your entrepreneurial and business journey. Thanks to the visionary leadership of Hussaini Ishaq Magaji, SAN, the Registrar General CEO of the Corporate Affairs Commission, your entrepreneurial and business journey will now be faster, smarter, and hassle-free. With our intelligent AI platform, your business registration journey has become easier. During this first phase of our three-phase deployment of AI, the AI CRP expedites your name availability process, as well as the company registration itself. The AI guides you step by step, ensuring everything is done correctly, with real-time error checking and name suggestions, making it cost-effective for you to achieve name availability and instant registration. Join the future of business registration. Visit www.pre.cac.gov.ng today.
Welcome back. And now let's begin with another moment of glory for the Corporate Affairs Commission. The Registrar General CEO of the Corporate Affairs Commission, Hussaini Ishaq Magaji, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, fellow Chartered Institute of Secretaries and Administrators, has commended Team CSE for its outstanding performance at the just concluded Federation of Public Service Games, FAFSGA, held in Yola, Adamawa State between 8th to 16th December 2025. Magaji said the team under the leadership of Nkechi Osakwe, Deputy Director, Budget, has done the Commission proud and therefore deserves a pat on the back. CSE Weekly reports that Team CSE concluded 44th edition of the Federation of Public Service Games with 9 medals, 1 gold medal, 3 silver, and 5 bronze medals. This year's edition recorded the highest attendance, where about 10,000 athletes from 80 ministries, departments, and agencies participated. The host, Adamawa State, made history by becoming the second Northeast state after Bauchi to host the annual championship. The athletes competed in a variety of events including football, basketball, athletics, volleyball, table tennis, badminton, and Scrabble, among others. Declaring the event open at the Mahmoud Ribadu Square in Yola, the Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Fintiri, represented by his deputy, Professor Kela Tapwa Farauta, said the state was proud to provide the stage on which national friendship would be displayed.
Over the past years, our administration has invested significantly in sports, infrastructure, youth development, and public service welfare. The transformation of the Ribadu Square, the upgrading of our stadia, and the support for local clubs are part of the deliberate efforts to promote active lifestyles and position Adamawa State as a viable hub for regional and national events. We therefore welcome the Federation of Public Service Games with both our arms open. We see your choice of Adamawa State as a vote of confidence in our people, our security, and the capacity to deliver successful national programs. We assure you that you have made the right choice.
Shortly after the declaration, the event was followed by a colorful parade by the MDAs. The Federal Ministry of Works emerged as the winner of the parade, followed by the Ministry of Education, while the Federal Inland Revenue Service picked up the third position.
Oh my God! Nigeria, we had it. That's insane. Oh my God! Nigeria, we had it. You can see both women and men swinging their arms accordingly. Jesus Christ! Oh, I wish I belong to these people. Can you imagine them sparkling in their green handgreen? Yes, I can see them. My birthday. Really, you are Nigerian people. They are taking this alone. Thank you. Coming behind these people. Minister of Defense. Sean. In the morning, good morning. Afternoon, good morning. Evening, good morning. Ministry of Defense Press Club. They are here. They are coming. They are coming. Esteban, you can see there. They are honest. They are dressing to showcase whatever you want them to formulate, they will give it to you. This is Naseni, and they have energetic executive vice chairman. Thank you. Thank you. Well done. You can see them. You can see them. First timer. Yes. Yes. That is it. Make it fast. Make it fast. Federal Airport Authority, thank you very much, thank you very much. Please close up, make it fast. Federal Airport Authority, please. Industry is taking the lead. That's good one there.
Earlier, the president of the Federation of Public Service Games, FEPSGA, Aluko Ama-Ebi, described the event as a platform for strengthening fitness, teamwork, and discipline within the public service.
Beyond commerce, Your Excellency, the Games inspire a healthier, more energetic public service. It strengthens unity, enhances bonding, and fosters collaboration across ministries, departments, and agencies. It also leaves behind upgraded facilities and renewed national visibility that positions Adamawa State as a destination ready for greater opportunities. These are the quiet but powerful games that accompany every state that opens its doors to the annual public service games.
During the competitive field and track events at the Sports Center of the Federal College of Education, Yola, CS Weekly had a chat with the Secretary General of FEPSGA, Sabeya Yusuf Maisamari.
The games have been so far so good, successful. We started the games on the 8th. First of all, the pre-games seminar. Pre-game seminar, we made our draws and events commenced from there. And we are using the Federal College of Education, Yola, as the main hub of the games. Most of the events are here. Then the other venues are General Murtala Mohammed College, popularly known as Ramat College. Here we use that one basically for football. Then the police officers' mess for splash. Then the APTI American University for swimming. So basically we have 4 venues that we're using for this. For now, as a last count, one thing about these games is that it's very, very dynamic and flexible. In the middle of the games, NDAs that are attracted to the glamour of the events, we usually send representatives to represent them. So as a last count, we have 78 MDs that are attending this year's games. So far, this year has the highest, because the highest previously was last year, Port Harcourt, 75.
What a wonderful note to wrap the Federation Public Service Games. And we say congratulations to Team CSE for that impressive performance. And it's now time to cross over to our interview segment to take a look at the implications of Nigeria's exit from the grey list of the Financial Action Task Force, FATAM, and the role of CSE Beneficial Ownership Register leading to the historic achievement by Nigeria. And to do justice to the topic is no other person than Maimunat Hamumodi, Assistant Director, Head, Status Desk. Sit back, relax, and enjoy watching.
Maimunat Hamumodi, Assistant Director, Head, Status Desk. Many thanks for joining us on the program, ma'am.
Thank you for having me once again.
All right. Today we'll be looking at implications of Nigeria's exit from the grey list, as well as the role of the Commission Beneficial Ownership Register. Before we go into that, what is the implication for us? I mean, it's good news that we're exiting the grey list, but for people who are just watching, what is this grey list all about?
Okay, the grey list has to do with like a watch list that the Financial Action Task Force usually places countries which they think after review has deficiency in terms of their MLCFT framework. So basically, it's not like a sanction; it's like more of a watch list where countries are required to now upscale their MLCFT framework. So it's a good thing for the country that we've.
How long have we been on that grey list?
2 years. We were in the placed on the grey list in 2023, and we exited the grey list in October 2025.
Okay, and the index is correct if you go by them.
Yes, we have, because it's a rigorous process. You know, there are a lot of reviews, a lot of reporting, a lot of statistics in terms of monitoring compliance, the level of measures you've put in place as a country. So it's not something that they just sit back and just decide we've placed you in a grey list and we've removed you from a grey list. Placing you on a grey list starts with a mutual evaluation. So basically, it's a scientific process. They measure your processes through the mutual evaluation, and then there's a standard. If you've not reached, you will now be placed on a monitoring level, and then you're given an action plan which you're expected to comply with within a specific period of time.
So it's a very open and transparent process?
Yes, it is.
You see when you come in and you see when you exist?
Yes, because based on the reviews and the standards, because the standards are clear on the requirements you're expected to have as a country. So you can really tell it's not something that it's closed, it's open. Yes.
Okay, so let's go to the implication for us as we exit that grey list. What are the implications for us as a country, as an economy, and as a people?
The implication is positive because basically it has to do with the image of the country. It also has to do with our financial system. And then also, like I said, it has to do with the issue of money laundering and terrorism financing. So these are things that by implication touches on your financial status as a country in terms of foreign direct investment, financial transaction, cross-border financial transactions, businesses, businesses especially having other financial access in terms of international finance, and also in terms of foreigners wanting to transact with you as a Nigerian company. So like I said, it's more of an image. It uplifts the image of the country and also enhances the financial system of the country, because it tells you that your money is safe, but because if you're under the grey list, it's like you're a risk.
For investors.
Yes, it's a risk-based country. So, but with the exit, it tells you that the country is safe for business.
Oh, so there is more investor confidence now.
Certainly.
And then more foreign investment.
Yes, and then trust.
Okay. For those who will say just because you exit doesn't mean some of the things are still, some of the indices are still there. How would you convince those kind of people?
Well,
that maybe it's just a political exit.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a political exit, because these are things that the FATF also looks at. Because before you exit the grey list, they will ensure that you have a sustainability structure.
Okay.
So
that you don't enter it at any moment in time. Okay.
Yes. So before Nigeria was able to exit the grey list, we had to, in different sectors of the economy, be it the financial, be it the issue of transparency, be it the investigation of money laundering or terrorist financing, Nigeria had to confirm, not just verbally, with statistics, with evidence, that we have a sustainable structure to maintain what led to us exiting the grey list.
Okay, so let's come to the role of the commission's, BOR, that's the Beneficial Ownership Register. I mean, for most people, they say, I mean, that's the basis, that's the beginning of this whole transparency issue. So talk us through what role the commission's BOR played in the whole of this process.
Okay, generally, the commission played a very central role, a very critical role, even though there's a recommendation that speaks specifically to the functions of the mandate of the Corporate Affairs Commission as a company registry. However, if you look at all the recommendations, there's this cross-carpeting of the requirements of requirement of verification of BO disclosure, or the use of BO information for either customer due diligence for financial institutions or for investigators in terms of money laundering, terrorist financing, and other things. That's why I said the issue of the commission played a central role. But specifically, we have a recommendation, which is recommendation 24, that talks about transparency of beneficial ownership in legal persons. So that speaks to our mandate. And that led to the issue of the beneficial ownership register. So I will say that it played a very, very vital role, because, like I said, it's not just restricted to just recommendation 24, but it cuts across all other recommendations, so many other recommendations. So that's really played a very positive impact in terms of Nigeria exiting the grey list. So apart from that, apart from just, like you mentioned, we have the beneficial ownership register, but it goes beyond the beneficial ownership register, because for us as a commission, we did not just create a beneficial ownership register, but we ensured we enforced this disclosure. And then beyond enforcing disclosure, there's issue of verifying, ensuring that this information submitted to the commission is accurate. Because it's one thing to just have an information, it's another thing to ensure that that information is accurate. So that's just like a summary of but a lot of things went into it.
Okay, so let's go to the things that went into it, maybe one after the other.
Okay, it started with the legal framework.
Okay.
The reenactment of the Companies Allied Matters Act, which gave
CAMA 2020.
CAMA, yes, which gave the legal basis for obtaining beneficial ownership information. And just to give you, like, under the transparency, the recommendation, there were two basic action plans that related to beneficial information. The action plan required that countries should ensure that authorities can obtain have access to accurate, up-to-date information. And then the second leg had to do with dissuasive sanctions. So drawing from that, the commission also, apart from the legal framework, it also enhanced its regulation. That's the PSC regulation that talks about the sanctions. Okay. So in doing that, beyond the financial sanctions, we also introduced what we refer to as the administrative sanctions, which we've seen over time has been very impactful, yes, in terms of placing companies on inactive, placing companies on caveat if they fail to comply with annual return filing, which comes alongside the BO information. So also drawing from that again, to ensure accuracy and up-to-date of the information. One of the issues that were observed were Nigeria had a lot of dormant companies, and the commission took that as a stride to ensure that this was resolved.
Okay, you talked about sustainability, so that we don't relapse or go back into the gray list. What are these sustainability measures as we wind down?
So for most of these areas, like I said, we've already established a technological base, the integration. So all you need to do is to enhance it, right? And then for enforcement, to ensure that basically you want to ensure that people keep filing for you to ensure that this bioinformation is up to date and accurate. So we've already established enforcement units all over the states. So we also have like a calendar for this enforcement processes. So our standard operating procedures have been established, which for me is the basic thing for sustainability. Because once you're getting into the next year, you know what you need to do for the year.
Okay. In 30 seconds, what is your message for Nigerians?
Okay. I would say Nigerians should work together with the government to see that we remain out of the grey list by ensuring that in terms of Corporate Affairs Commission, now legal persons, by ensuring that they file their annual returns and also file their beneficial ownership information as at when due and anytime there are changes.
All right. Maimunat Modi, Assistant Director, Status Dex, many thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for coming out of your leave just to attend to us.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back from that insightful interview segment. And now take a look at this message on the importance of PSC filing straight from the Registrar General's desk.
Did you know that it is now mandatory by law for companies to declare all persons with significant control of ownership of company to the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC? Listen to the Registrar General of the CAC.
By the extant regulation in Nigeria, the identity of the person behind any company must be disclosed.
By virtue of Section 119 and 791 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act of 2020 and the Person with Significant Control Regulations of 2022, the law aims to enhance transparency in corporate ownership across Nigeria.
Any person or any individual with ultimate power or with 5% interest holding must disclose his identity.
Under this law, any company that fails to disclose the beneficial owner of its company or the ultimate person in the company who has influence either directly or indirectly, or the person with 5% shareholding and above or voting rights may face serious consequences.
The law required that any person who assumed that position must disclose that position to that company within 7 days. And the company must communicate same and file same to the Corporate Affairs Commission within 30 days.
The identity of the beneficial owner must be a name of a natural person. Failure to comply attracts daily penalties imposed by law.
If it is a natural person, it attracts 5,000 daily from the date of breach. But if it is a unnatural person, it requires 10,000 from the day of the breach to the day of compliance, and it also attracts administrative penalties by the Corporate Affairs Commission.
The CAC reserves the right to refuse to receive any filings from any non-compliant company or even to list the company from its register. For more details, check the Person with Significant Control website at bor.cac.gov.ng or visit the Corporate Affairs Commission's official website at www.cac.gov.ng. CAC, committed to prompt and efficient service.
And such a lovely delivery there by the RG. And now, do you know that by the provisions of Section 421, subsection 1 of CAMA 2020, the annual return of a company limited by shares or guarantee or unlimited shall be completed, signed and delivered to the Corporate Affairs Commission not later than 42 days after the annual general meeting for the year. So have you updated your records with the CAC? We say well done if you have, and if you have yet to, please hurry now to www.cac.gov.ng to file your return to avoid being struck off. The CAC remains committed to working hard to provide prompt and efficient service to customers in line with global best practices. And that does it for this week's edition of the program CAC Weekly. We hope you enjoyed watching. For comments and inquiries, please take advantage of our social media handles and helpline. The address on Instagram is Corporate Affairs Commission. On Facebook is also Corporate Affairs Commission. And on X, formerly Twitter, the address is @CAC Nigeria 1. The email service is cservice@csc.gov.ng. Website address remains unchanged. It is www.csc.gov.ng. The call center number remains 070-8062-9000. Do join us next week for another interesting edition of the program. Same time, same station. For me, Rashid Mahe, and the whole team is bye for now.